What's up, everybody? How you doing today? How are we feeling today? Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sandbox Game live stream for Saturday, January 29th, 2022. My name is Joseph Lee Vision X Madding, and you are joining me today. Soon, through the magic of the internet, joining us will be Lucas is right. He'll be the voice in my head today, as Panda Pops likes to say on our Monday stream, as we walk you through tutorials and gameplay in the Sandbox Game Maker. Today, many of you who do not get a chance to regularly watch the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show each and every day, 5 days a week on this live stream, are probably expecting the round 21 game jam announcements. Unfortunately, a couple of things have happened that are going to slightly postpone those announcements. First, tentatively, we pushed them back to Wednesday because there is a literal blizzard, what they are calling a superstorm, in the Atlantic Northeast of America, where Alex lives. About a third of a meter of snow has hit his house, literally today. And at the same time, he said he was feeling ill. So in order for him to better manage this, it made sense to postpone. Not only that, but it gives us more time to give you high quality reviews on your games. So, that in mind, I am here. And thanks to a discovery as a result of some of the play we did on the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show, I'm going to show you a brief discovery / tutorial to kick off the stream, courtesy of Adam Sale, called Flight / Gliding in the Sandbox. This is something that you may have discovered and was once a feature / glitch that we leveraged in the Metaverse game jam, probably 3 or 4 game jams ago, something to that title, something like that. Soul Cancer says just his house. Yeah. Just Alex's house specifically. Got hit with the storm. No, it was all the way from, if you know something about the states, somewhere from Washington D.C. up into Vermont. That whole area just got crushed by a storm that was basically swelling like a hurricane coming into the Northeast there. So Lucas, anytime that you would like to join in, of course you can. All you have to do is click that link and join in. You can just click the link and come in. I know you're watching it live. I want to make sure he knows that his voice can come in here. So I'm going to give Lucas a quick DM because we're using a different software today than OBS. So I don't link him in via Discord. Anyway, so each and every Saturday right here on this live stream, we teach you the skills you need to know in the Sandbox Game Maker and play your games. If you're watching live over on YouTube.com, Facebook, Theta, D Live, Twitch.tv, or Twitter.com/TheSandboxGame, we're here for you. You can ask your questions about the Sandbox Game Maker, Vox Edit software, the Metaverse, or anything else you need to know about the Sandbox game. All you have to do is submit it in the chat on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch.tv. I can see all of those live. If you ask questions over on Twitter.com, I will go back and check those after the live stream and try to address them as best I can. Some questions, of course, you will ask, and I may not be able to give a complete answer for a variety of reasons, some of those being I am under non-disclosure agreement, folks. But also, if you're watching this live stream, you have a unique opportunity in that you can also win a Wizzy themed NFT on this live stream. 1 second, Lucas. Let me double check that. 687-101-1640. Oh, I'm sorry. The 3 in this link needs to be a 0. Boop, boop. Sent Lucas a bad link, and then I was like, yeah, join whenever you want, bro. Don't worry about it. All right. But anyway, so once again, mixing things up a little bit here, but let's see. Always LFTD has asked over on Twitch.tv, any chance we will know when Alpha Season 2, like before March? Officially speaking, leaked on a podcast recently, Sebastian, the chief operating officer of the Sandbox game, had said that the alpha would be by March. So that means, of course, that you'll have an opportunity to do so. Now, I know exactly when the day is, but until an official announcement is released over on medium.com and on our Twitter, you know I can't spill the beans like that. However, candidly, Kristen says no NDA is going to stop Joe. Check out last night's stream. If you would like to know some details, at the very top of the stream last night, I talked about some brief details of the alpha that you can know, which are super important details in terms of understanding how many people are going to be in the alpha, how much sand is going to be distributed if you're doing the math, that sort of thing. So good stuff happened. Will our old alpha passes work for the new alpha? I can confirm that your old alpha passes won't explicitly work to get you in the new alpha, but that everyone can play every experience in the new alpha. Okay, so with the only distinguishing difference being that your old passes have a benefit, first of all, and that's important to understand. So don't get rid of them now. Trust me, you're going to want to keep them. And then also all of the experiences that are slated to come out. And some of those are returning experiences. Many of them are new experiences. Some of them are partner experiences. Some of them are Game Maker Fund experiences that have been in development for a very long time. Some of them are your Game Jam experiences that are under review right now. So, Sandy Coffee, the official alpha announcement isn't out there yet, but unofficial details that I have released on the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show are out there from yesterday's stream, because I said, I'm pretty sure that they've talked about this. And then chat said, no, nobody talked about that, Joe. You just leaked it right now. So you can go check that out anytime. It should just be right at the top of the show. Was a release leaked? Not explicitly. Not a release date, but nonetheless, cool stuff. Mm-hmm. When will making games on Mac OS get released? You're going to have an opportunity to... Yeah, I don't have a date that I can say, but I can say that I believe you're going to have an opportunity. Well, you can use Boot Camp to do that. Like today, you could do, if you had a good SSD in your Mac, you can use Boot Camp, put Windows on it, and do it right now. Sandbox OG in here. Many of us are. Welcome. Like to see you. I don't like waiving priority to the holders. Alpha 1, give opportunity to other people living the experience. I'm with you on that. I think we like fair distribution. We like the idea of fair distribution. However, we also like the idea of rewarding people who have continued to participate, so that to a certain extent we can get feedback from people who already tried it. Oh, excuse me. And then we can see kind of what you think afterward. So when I'm once I get through the can you hear me? Daddy, can you hear me? Lucas, I cannot. What's up? Oh, wait, you're there. You're just quiet. There we go. I can hear you now. Lucas, my friend. Lucas is clicking away. But we can hear him clicking. Anyway, nonetheless, we are getting this, at least when you asked. Yes. All right. So yeah, I use a T7 SSD on my MacBook Pro and it works beautifully, says Time Machine Gaming Ltd. Hi, let's get started. Can't hear him since he first asked. I agree. I think he's clicking around because there's a little delay. There's a little 8-second delay between if people can hear or not. But nonetheless, how do I submit my voxel art for the artist pool? Morris Stevens. You can submit into fund.sandbox.game. However, there is also, if you are part of a team of creators, there is a larger fund that was just established. Lucas, I got you. I hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, wow. You're going to be so much louder than me on the stream. There we go. Okay, try again.
One more time. Mic check, mic check. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, everything's great. Everything's looking good. Feeling good, dude. How are you?
I'm amazing now that I get to hear your beautiful voice.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
Manifesting Lucas. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. So we got everybody in now. We're hanging out. We're chatting. We're learning more about the Sandbox game. Ask your questions once again throughout. And I will try to address them as we go. If I miss anything, Lucas is here to help me out, make sure that those questions do get answered through the magic of the internet. I really wish I would have had the opportunity to tee that up for you, but I hit you with a curveball using the specialized software that I use.
It's okay. We're here. We're here now, and we're ready to party. Let's do this.
Yeah, we're having a good time. Okay, so Ned says, so if where I learn how to make digital art from Vox Edit, will I be able to sell projects for good money? Neb, soon the marketplace will be open to everybody. Can you make good money? I've seen people sell assets for as much as, I think it was 15,000 sand is the top individual sale. That's pretty good money. You could say that's pretty good money.
Yeah, that's pretty decent right there, especially as time goes on.
Yeah, it's pretty all right. But nonetheless, can you make good can you make good money in the marketplace? That really comes down to a lot of different factors. I think that comes down to, do people know who you are, what you're making, where they can buy it? Do they want to buy it ahead of time? Have you hyped it up? Have you explained what it is, what it does, where it goes? How can they use it? I think if you look at something like the Snoop 10K project, that's going to fly off the shelf, right? But if you look at something like the let's say like the vampire bats that Alex made, where he literally has made, I think there's like 12,000 of them, they're not going to fly off the shelf because they are more specific use, right? Exactly, right? They're meant to be something that is slowly trickled out. And is more of a consistent use in a game during a specialized time, but they'll fly off the shelf in the Halloween-ish
September?
Time. Yeah. But nonetheless, I'm going to kick this off here today because, frankly, I'm not necessarily the guy. If you guys have watched the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show, you've seen that I'll play your games. I'll give you feedback on how to improve your narrative, how to improve the quality of your game every day. Including later today on at 2 a.m. UTC, I'll be going live again. But I'm not necessarily the guy to open it up in the game maker and break your game down in that space and rebuild it from the bottom up. However, I recently played a game on the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show made by Adam Sale. I have pulled from his Twitter this video from Vimeo to showcase what I broke in his game, how I broke it, and how he broke that back down to create what you could use to make a flying carpet, an airplane, any sort of mechanic that you can use inside that you want to use for actual traversal in your game. Keeping in mind that in my experience, when this mechanic was used, it inverted all the controls to do the flight. So it may require some tutorial, some practice from your users, and maybe Adam has found another alternative, but you can play with it inside the game maker once you understand kind of how the function works to help your users maybe do something a little bit outside the box. Maybe they want to fly around in a DeLorean-like car, something like that, where you can have them, use the car, get put in the car, suddenly the car can fly using this tutorial. So this is about 5 minutes here. I'm going to play it, and then once again, I'm going to read back some questions as it's playing. If you have any questions in the chat here.
Today I wanted to revisit something discovered accidentally, or maybe on purpose, when they were reviewing my game on the Friday session. It has to do with my putters and the flying carpet. And so, yeah, I had never come across this. Actually, I'd come across the bug before, but I didn't really know how to replicate it. And I'm hoping that maybe it can be turned into something useful. And so I thought I'd just put this out there for people to determine on their own. The idea behind it was, I would grab a putter and, move to a location and eventually set up the putt, select the distance, whatever, cancel the putt. But when Joseph did it, he actually grabbed the putter from the opposite direction.
I like that. Good comment there, Lucas. Lucas says accidentally, but folks, just for full disclosure, when I play the games in the Good Morning Afternoon Evening Show, I'm trying to break it.
I actually haven't got the
trying to do things outside the box. I try to play it like I'm 5 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of
like
an
I'm just any
behavior.
user. And you go, well, I never thought of that because you designed it a particular way. And I go at it like, I'm just going to play this as fast and loose as possible.
No problem. One thing I do know here that might be the issue is somehow when I built the picker on this club, I did an offset on it to purposely slow the avatar down, especially when you're getting close to the greens in golf. They kind of help you just fine tune, where you want to set up. So that could have something to do with it. And so the goal here is let's just try this off in a blank scene, because really prototyping in this scene is quite ridiculous. So let's get out of this scene here. Let's start fresh and see if we can't build this up from scratch. At the very least, I'm able to build the elevation behavior, and it essentially takes the basic platform and just shoots you up a lot faster and on angles, on tangents as well, other than just vertically or horizontally. So still not sure what you can do with it. I'm not really able to get the floating platform, magic carpet, whatever you want to call. I'm not able to get it to come back down. But as you can see in that example there, it kind of hovered up and down. Which again, until I just did this, I'd never seen that behavior before. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the main menu. Okay, so let's do that. Let's jump into a brand new scene, and let's see what we can do in terms of replicating this. And I'm going to use that same set of arrows. There's some user, I can't remember who it is. I guess we'll figure it out pretty quickly. So let's call this floaty. Start off in a brand new scene. And I'm going to start by putting down, I think these were just arrows. Yeah, there it is. So those were the arrow directions that I used. That's by Polylake. Awaken Idiotic. Well, these were not idiotic at all. These are actually really cool. They help really kind of give my putters a lot of direction in the game. And then I'm going to create a...
Okay, so what we're seeing here, first of all, as this is coming in, I'm looking at a surface, and then beyond that, there's a pickable item that will be attached to the surface, right? But I'm seeing a couple questions in the chat that I want to address. It says, do you know something about the new partner that is coming to the Sandbox next to the main hub? Give us a clue, please. There are a couple of partners that are not located next to the hub. They're going to be included in the alpha. That's some hype / spoilers for you. But I cannot give you details about the new partnerships for those that are in any of the Sandbox blue spaces that may possibly be allocated to partners in the future. Neb asks, well, you personally, what do you think makes the most money in the metaverse? What do I think? I think it's high quality content. I think high quality content makes that. And I think as with anything, it comes with a following, right? If people, and this is not just with the metaverse, this is with, I think, any community. The things that make money are when the creators are actually invested in their community and they actually, give back to that community. When you're just a creator that like blindly makes something and goes like, I mentioned this on my Twitter a couple of weeks ago, if you make the ape club, you know what I mean? You're probably going to make some money, but you're not going to make good, sustained, long-term income. You're not making a high-quality product. You're making some derivative, and you're doing it for the fast cash. So, will that work? Maybe, but original content does better, I think. Let me see here. Some user posted the same solution at nearly the exact same time I posted this. Adam, hey, listen, you get all the credit because you tagged me out there, and so that's how it works, unfortunately. Exposure is everything.
So I've got a 6 voxel arena ball. It uses my picker. These were the pickers I used on my golf clubs. I'm just going to snap them up. I'm going to snap it up to 39.51. I believe that's the 2 voxel snap height that allows you to pick correctly. Pick at the character's height. So I've got this hierarchy here, and I'm going to take the arrow direction and drop it onto the what will be the picker. So let's call that the picker, and this would be the, I guess, like a platform, but we're not going to use the platform behavior on it. And I'm going to take the picker object, and we're going to drop.
All right, and so this is critical here. If you've never used the Game Maker before, what you're seeing is on the left there, the hierarchy is showing that the picker is the object that is the parent, and then the platform is a child object, meaning that where the parent goes, where the picker goes, so does also the platform. Okay.
A picker. Picker there, yeah. And where is it? Pickable. So go into a pickable there. So we've got that set as the basic. We're going to leave this one here as, again, there's the good old Control-Alt-D. We're going to leave collisions on as well, too. All right, so tab into the game, and if let's get rid of that sword. And if I pick it up, we can see that. Oh, there we go. We're already kind of floating there. So we're already getting this kind of hovering behavior. So as long as it's collision, that's kind of cool. And you'll notice it just floats right back down to the earth. I'm running, nothing. The minute I jump, and then it just drifts back down. So how cool is that? And I think if I go the other way, let's try this from reverse. Yeah, see, nothing happens here at all. So that's interesting. I wonder if this works. Yeah, so here again, flying, and then we fall off.
All right, so you can see briefly kind of how that works in that flight-like system. You'll automatically come down as your character isn't actively jumping up, and you're constantly holding the ball itself, or the controller node there, right? The main node. So what'll happen is the platform below you is going to lift you, and then you're kind of moving slowly to the ground. If the platform were longer, you may not move toward the ground, so you'll want to test that as you go. But if you're creating a game where you wanted to have a flying object, then you could put the user inside of any object where maybe the center of it is no collision, but the collision part is just the platform, right? And the user isn't generally going to see this. All the other parts can be collision that are not, let's say, like the cockpit of an airplane, if you prefer to do that. And then as you're jumping, you're raising the height of the object, the glider, the plane, the whatever. As you're falling, you're lowering that height. So you've got the options available to you. But the important thing is to have the controller node above the platform, so in sort of in that nice height there, so that when you grab the control node, the platform must raise when you raise, and it consequently will hold you up and allow you to fly. But hopefully that's a helpful and useful skill to you guys here today. And then I'm going to jump into some of your games inside the Sandbox Game Maker, including those that we're talking about for the the round 21 Game Jam contest. If you want to submit those in the chat, I'll play your game here and and now inside the Game Maker. So please submit any game you'd like me to test out. Lucas, yes?
I was just going to say, if anybody has their game that they want him to play, please tag me in the chat so that I can see it. It'll get highlighted, and I can add it to our list.
Thank you. Thank you. That does help a lot, actually, yes. When Lucas can tag those things, then it's a lot easier as well if you have another game and you say maybe it's on page 50, and then Lucas goes through and Lucas is looking and it's on page 55, 60, 70, whatever. Because approximately 45 new games and or tests are submitted into the gallery per day this week. And you can see we've got 586 pages at 9 per page. So, you know, I'd be sifting through, 5,600 different games, 5,700 games, something like that. A Super Noob Bean asks in the chat, when Alpha Season 2? It's not exactly their words, but Alpha Season 2 will release by March, according to Sebastian Bourget, our Chief Operating Officer and co-owner of the Sandbox game. How do I link voxel 3D assets in OpenSea to the Sandbox? Yilong, if it is an official The Sandbox asset, then you can simply just own the NFT. It will be in your wallet and it will already be associated with your account. Then you'll be able to, when creating something in My Drafts, you'll be able to see your NFTs and you can put it into one experience as much as you want. One published experience per NFT that you own. If it is an original creation that you made in VoxEdit, then you can use it as much as you want.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
That music is almost
super
overpowering
loud.
Your voice. Yeah.
I
just want to make sure everybody can hear all your tones.
Yeah, I thought so.
Super awesome.
So. Yes, thank you.
There we go.
Appreciate it.
That's better.
Will Mac users be able to play in the next alpha? It's the best answer I can give you right there.
That's a good one too.
It's the best answer I can give you right there.
I mean, that smolder you gave the camera for a few seconds said it all.
It's the best answer I can give you right there. All right, let's see here. Mac is on the horizon. Not sure if here for 2 or not, but it's close and actively being worked on. Lucas is right, says, as the official response to that question. All right, let's see. There is an update to version 0.6.14 on the Game Maker today. Do you know what patch was applied, if any? I could figure that out before the end of this stream. Could figure that out, assuming that I got an email about this patch. We got a QA report. I got a QA report.
That sounds like fun.
But it looks like all of the issues and or QA tasks that were completed were related to 0.7.0 in that report. So it may just be a minor patch. Probably related to the smart contract update to your lands. If you don't know, you may have received an email from the Sandbox game at contact@sandbox.game. If you received that email about the land smart contract being upgraded, you can upgrade your land smart contract completely free on the website at sandbox.game/en/migrate, I believe, if I'm just thinking of it off the top of my head. But that is a legitimate function that we are doing to upgrade the smart contract. We are covering all of the gas fees. You won't even see it on the pop-up for the smart contract. So please do that. Get your upgrade all taken care of.
So
yes.
just to recap, that email that people received is legitimate. They should go forward with it, and the Sandbox will be covering all of the gas fees to make that happen.
Yeah, you won't even see that it has a gas fee. It's covered that good. It's not like you have to front the gas.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought this up because I've been getting that question a ton lately. Like, I'd say I probably got about 35 to 40 messages from people asking me if it was a scam or not. So I'm really glad you brought it up.
Yeah, I saw that. I see it on Twitter all the time. I see it in the Discord, right? So I want to make sure that people know that it is legit. It's definitely real. It's happening. We're upgrading the functions of the smart contract for increased security, all that sort of stuff. So it does need to be taken care of there. Okay, so we've got
have a lot of
Murder Mystery in the Candyverse, which was recreated after some feedback from the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show, I believe. But I will give that another shot, definitely, because I'd like to see how that changed from the last time. The first time that I played it, I think that it was really high quality design. I'm not seeing that on page 9, but that's okay. Well, it does say ish. It says ish. Let's go round. But I'll try to find that here. But it was created in a way where it felt like the story at the time was a little bit hollow, in that some of the mechanics that started off early were not explained, I think, well enough. Boy, I don't see. I'm gonna go back and just like kind of slowly surf through this, because if that was found out yesterday, then it may be not even close to that location. Like I said, about 5 pages worth of stuff gets submitted a day. So let's see. Oh, a little social hub update to the Gutter Cats Gutter Bar Kibble Club. Looks like. So we're gonna.
I was going through these yesterday, and there was some. I have to say, there was a bunch of really interesting titles all the way back to the last page. Like yesterday when I was looking, there was 581 pages. So you're right, yeah, 586 now, so 5 per day. But there was so many interesting titles. I started making a list of all the things that I wanted to jump into and play at some point. And I think I got like 12 titles in, and I was like, all right, I got to stop. This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. No, you can definitely like spend all day in here easily. I know on any one of these levels might take me, sometimes 45 minutes, an hour to play through. And I just not even finishing it, just getting lost in it, not in a bad way, but in a good way,
No, it was really encouraging because it's really exciting to see how much is getting updated every single day. Like 5 pages of content when there's 9 games per page, 45 new additions per day. Like, that's really encouraging for the future of the Sandbox. Just that alone right there is just so impressive.
Yeah. So did I just completely miss this? Did I skip right past it? I'm trying to find it, but I remember before it had maybe it's because I'm looking for the picture, I'm not sure, but it had a very distinct image.
Anybody in the chat, can they tell us which page Murder Mystery in the Candyverse is on right now? Is anybody looking at, or has anybody seen it today?
Okay, and then I'm going to try to find on the way Froggy Quests somewhere between page 85 and 90. So I'm going to jump on through there. And this starts out with GJ Alpha 2 and the titles, so hopefully that helps find that one. Oop. I didn't skip it right. No, yeah. Do. As I'm looking for this, I want to make sure that I have the chat up as well, because I don't want to miss any good questions here. GJ Alpha 2, where is that Froggy Quest? Hey, Sand, I played that on the live a couple of days ago. If you like Pac-Man, you'll love that game. So, Lucas, what have you been up to this week? What are you hearing out there in the metaverse?
What am I hearing out there in the metaverse?
Yeah.
When Alpha 2, that's been a repeating theme that I cannot answer. But as far as what I've been up to, just, oh man, this is just really exciting time to be here. The number of streams that have been popping up that are dedicated to the sand have just been incrementally increasing. So I've been jumping from stream to stream, just checking them all out. Cody and Lawson's stream has been a lot of fun lately. The amount of community engagement that they get on a regular basis is really encouraging and fun to see. King of Crypto stopped by his chat the other day. That was a ton of fun. Rock 808 stream was a really good time. And just, I mean, yours is always hilarity. I have to say, your ability to come up with these unique and off-the-cuff catchphrases is one of my new favorite things. I've now said I feel die inside to everyone important in my life.
Yeah.
And they have all given me a look that says, we're slightly concerned for your mental safety. And that's the best compliment I could possibly get.
I'm not actually die. I just feel die inside. All right.
I feel die inside, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think it's wonderfully beautiful. Yeah. And
it's good stuff.
It's been fun.
I
absolutely
appreciate that. You know, we just the thing about streaming, especially, you know, with the GMAE show, it's just me. So I got nobody to bounce off of except the lovely folks in chat, right? So I just, as things occur in my brain, it's just, right? It's coming out. I'm just going to let it happen.
That's how it should be, because you have a beautiful brain.
The only thing.
Lay it all out there.
That. Wow. My ego did not need that. I'll tell you that, Lucas. If you know anything about me, my ego did not need more pumping. You know what I mean?
Nope, not sorry at all.
Mark Joseph Bago over on Facebook.com asks, hi, is the new Sandbox accelerator the same as the Game Maker Fund? Yes and no, Mark Joseph. Yes and no. No, in that it's a $250,000 minimum allocation to your team to make high quality content in the Sandbox. Not just, I mean, yes, you have to make it in the Game Maker, but essentially what you are making with the Sandbox accelerator is the platform by which you might pitch your ideas to Warner Media, right? And that sort of thing. If you were to say, hey, in the Sandbox, my idea is, now that we have Warner Media, I want to pitch an idea to TNT, Turner Media Group, right? You want to go to Turner Broadcasting, you want to go into TNT, and you say, I heard that you have a wrestling company that's new, and we have made this experience. This supposes that, as part of your pitch, you've already made everything, right? You go, I got all this. This is what we've done. This is my rough idea. You can see my demo video. You can see some of the gameplay in action. I want to do this for another year with my team of 4, going over story and futures and go and pitch it to them, right? And they say, okay, sure, yeah, we'll fund your company to go do that thing. And then alternatively, you can say, if Turner doesn't accept it and, you know, I don't get the All Elite people to accept this, then I will convert this to be another kind of professional wrestling or something. Or, you know, you make a basketball game, you do the same thing. I would still be pitching it to Turner because they have TNT NBA, right? So that's your pitch in the Sandbox accelerator. It's a little bit different where, you know, typically in the Sandbox, most of the, you know, the Game Maker Fund was for game making, where this is for loads of different possibilities. You could be doing it for the music scene. You could be doing it for film media. You could be doing it for, yes, games. You could be doing it for social experiences. You could be doing it for clothing brands. You know, what are you looking for? And it's a little bit different. It's really taking the idea of the metaverse, which itself has been widely funded across multiple industries lately, and applying it to the Sandbox, not just games. Let's see here. He blinked twice. Lula Love 9 says, I did blink twice. You're right about that. Context is king.
Is that it? Like
Context
the only amount
king.
of times you've blinked this entire time is twice?
No, no, Lucas, no. So
Oh.
this, all I'm bringing it up because it's referential. If you go back to the time when I explicitly blinked twice, maybe that answers some questions for you. Let's see here.
Sorry, I got all caught up in the chat, and I must have missed something. So don't mind me.
Old G says, what about the monthly NFTs from staking ETH and SAND? Those cannot be claimed recently for a good period of time. I believe as part of the contract updates, that may be fixed soon. I think
Can I
our
jump in on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day, and those contracts are currently being upgraded or updated. And so I was told that if at any point in time in the past you were able to claim, that will not go away. Even if it says you can't claim it now, once the contracts are done being updated, you will once again be able to claim. That information has been logged and dedicated in the blockchain. And so if for some reason everything gets updated and you still can't claim something that in the past you could claim, reach out to Sandbox support via Discord, and they will be able to answer that or get that taken care of right away.
That's what I'm talking about.
Boom! The staking is like something I have an insane passion for, and I love the fact that the Sandbox does this directly through their own site. There's a lot of other projects that I've involved with that do staking, but they do it passively through, like, Uniswap or something else, where that's not really them doing it. That's just them taking advantage of somebody else doing it. I love the fact that the Sandbox offers this option.
All right, Voxel Empire says, why not place something like deleting for, uploads that you don't want anymore, so that not as many unplayable games appear in the draft gallery? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. One thing to consider about the draft gallery at this time, and why that's not a super high priority, but is on the priority list, is that the drafts gallery is not the metaverse. So later, as we get further in development, your actual published works are in the metaverse. They're on the map, and that's the thing that we are actively working on, and of course you all want to see finished. And so once the metaverse is live, then we can go back in the game maker and apply things like the search functions, the deleting old posts that you don't want to publish anymore, that sort of thing. And it'll help, and certainly, that's going to be good. I think a search function is a higher priority even than deleting old posts, because then it's just easier to find things through the mess, and that's something that's relatively high. Plus add a search, Super Noob Bean says, plus add search to the Sandbox maker. So we're on the same page here. But yeah, the metaverse itself is going to become the priority for that. It's okay to have the junk laying around in the test area where we test things like we're testing them on this stream. But that would be good. Let's see. I don't like meta, says Amir Arsal. Yeah, metaverse is a term, and Meta, the company, is leveraging that kind of marketability of that. We of course we always wish people the best, but we have our own system. We have a true decentralized metaverse here. So these are healing rocks all over there, all over this land. These are healing rocks, period. They are all over this land, period. Use them to regain HP. Awesome. As I'm walking,
Hey, Joe.
right here, yes.
Just for future reference, when you're done playing this one, the murder mystery game was found on page 63.
63? Somewhere around
We were
page
so
9,
far
you know
off
what I
from
mean?
9.
No, it was
Yeah.
somewhere around page 9. It's just, it's closer to 9 than 500, so it's got that going for it, which is nice. No, I'm kidding.
That's yeah.
But we'll get to it. 63. It'll probably be on 65 by the time we get there, you know what I mean? But
It's called progress.
I digress. Let's go check out the Froggy King. Okay, so feedback here. This is just a personal gripe of mine. Invisible walls. I understand complete all the quests before you enter the Froggy Forest. I like that there's a prompt there, but maybe part of the quest is why there's like an overgrowth of vines or something preventing you from entering the Froggy Forest. And maybe when you go over here and talk to Froggy King, that can get this kicked off. Froggy King could give you a type of like, I don't know.
Weed whacker.
Yeah, something. Like maybe Froggy King is pocketing a poison in his little froggy mouth that it could spit out. And then when you take the poison over here to these vines, you could, or yeah, I guess he's stowing away a weed whacker in his mouth, right?
Yo,
Then
Froggy
you
King's
can
got
use
poison
it.
in his mouth?
Find froggy armor in Tadpole Cove. So we've got that.
This
Elder
Frog Island
Turtles.
game is getting a little Game of Thrones. I like it. First there
That's
was
right.
poison talk. Now there's a tadpole pond.
Elder Turtles will apparently eventually be talkable. I would say make sure that if you're going to have a step-by-step quest like that, maybe the chat is not interactable right away. Froggy arms armor indicator I can see from an infinite distance. So now it's just a question of how do I get there? What do I got here? Looks like I'm going to go this way. Past the numpad switch, which is once again visible. Which is, you know, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's an immersion thing, right? Like, I know where the Froggy Arms armor is, so it takes all of the difficulty away. Whereas you could have had the Frog King that's in a cage tell me that the, you know, we have a compass here. If you look at the top right on the minimap, it says to the north, right? So if you go, well, it's in the northeast, you'll find a cave as part of the communication with the Froggy King, then, you know, it'll make it just makes the process smoother, I think, for your users, rather than to go like, well, I got this immersion breaking number pad switch in my fantasy Froggy environment, right? Or this indicator for Froggy Arms armor here. The king could have also told me, well, it was at the bottom of the lake in the north, you know, go check it out. And then you're down here and you see the treasure chest and you get yourself some Froggy Arms. No risk of Sonic the Hedgehog style death while you're down here. So, you know, no big deal.
Oh man, I can just hear all of the golden rings spilling from your pockets as you run around.
You know, no stress, no stress, no stress. There.
None.
Not at all.
Never. Never.
Totally stress-free environment right there. Okay, I do like the fact that when you open the treasure chest, it explodes. An alternative to this, if you are a new developer, might be that your armor pops out of it instead of appearing inside it. But if you don't want to do that, yes.
When you're playing games like this, do you ever hold your breath when you're underwater to see if you can hold your breath as long as your character can?
No. No, I don't. Because I'm here live on twitch.tv, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and at twitter.com/thesandboxgame, where I play video games that you submit in the chat right here each and every Saturday, Lucas. And I need to talk to the people in the chat.
I guess you can't do that if you're holding your breath.
No, you can't do that when you hold your breath. It's already exhausting enough. You know what I mean? I had a guy,
Really
a guy and or gal, I don't know, comment last night. They were like, "You need more energy," you know? And I was like, "Wow, wow." You know what I mean? Wow.
That makes me feel die inside a
the
little
vibes.
bit, because
Yeah,
clearly
I
they
feel
don't
die
know
inside
you.
for sure. I was sad. I was sad because I was like, man, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, oh yeah, well, what a struggle. You got to stream video games for a living, but also the whoa. First of all, nobody told me there was going to be spiders. Okay.
They didn't say that. There was
I love
no
that my
preemptive
character
there
has
is
a
spiders.
built-in rangefinder. Second of all, they don't take damage. Okay, all right. Defeat spiders and free Froggy King. Well, they don't take damage. Okay, all right, spider. Look, for real, for real. Oh, not okay. All right, okay. Maybe the thinking person would equip the Froggy armor.
That's
kind of
rad.
Awesome. It's kind of awesome.
You kind of look like Godzilla a little bit without a tail. This is incredible.
Oh boy, this is kind of awesome. This is
Oh my
maybe
god,
the
it's like
greatest
you're
armor.
like the Airbender meets frog people. This
Maybe
is
the greatest
amazing.
armor I've ever equipped. Ah, I still take damage. No, no, no. Stop it. Get some help. No! Parry.
The arrow on top
Parry
of your head
this,
is
you
amazing.
casual. You know? I love it.
Stinking noob spiders.
There's another word in that phrase. Oh! Oh! How about that? How about look at that
I
timing,
really wish your
folks.
tongue could shoot out as like a
Oh,
sword attack for
that'd
distance.
be great. Somebody give me a
Yeah.
sword that's not a sword. Now, that requires some pretty advanced work in the Vox Edit software, but if you'd like to do it, there is a way. Parry that. Oh, man, my timing is impeccable. Oh, yeah. Feeling good right now. Easy, spider, get squished, dude. I might as well have just gotten out like the old chancla, dude.
Ooh. We're going
You know what-
chancla on these.
You know what a chancla
That's-
is. You do. Okay, good,
Oh,
good,
dude,
good.
I get smacked around by sandals all the time in my youth.
Oh, a golden key. The golden key has appeared from nowhere. Okay. Did a spider eat the key? No.
I'm assuming yes. They eat everything. That's
And
not scientifically
If
based,
so,
by the way.
why did the key land in front of the Froggy King? Did we need the key to open this? Probably not. Maybe. But if so, you could also, just as well, make it so that the when you kill the last spider, maybe there's a text prompt or something that says, you notice a something that the spiders were guarding, and over here some webbing breaks or something, and under the webbing is the key. You know, we walk up to it, the webbing gets broken. The key could have been there the whole time, but the webbing is impossible to open unless all the spiders are dead. And then it keeps it like thematically solid so that we understand why we did that. It's just an idea, of course. This is really not a big deal, but we want to ideally make it so that all of the world building elements don't appear to spawn. You want to take all of the game maker parts away and have only immersion as often as possible when you're making a game. So we're talking to the Froggy King. Go to the turtles. They have something for you instead of got to the turtles. Okay, no big deal. The reason why I address those basic like grammatical things when I read these is simply because everybody who creates in the game maker, we're a global platform, and many of us are not English language first. Many of us are coming from countries all over the world. And I see people in the chat from Korea all the time on the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show. People from India. I see people from, Boise, Idaho. I see people from Germany, right? And not all of those places are English first countries. So with that in mind, of course, we want to make sure that we address those. I recommend typically that people use like a Microsoft Word software or a free option. You've got Google Docs where you can paste or write all of your chat in there. And then when you're finished writing, you're going to get a bunch of underlines that say like, no, like your translate software or you, the translator, messed up here or there. And you can just right click and make those corrections and get it as close as possible. And there's sometimes where it just doesn't feel right. And I can tell you for a fact that English is an awful language to learn. It's an awful language to speak. It's 3 or 4 different languages that we've just mashed together and decided that this is fine,
This is fine.
Yeah. And so, I like to kind of bring those up when I see them, just so that, it's helpful to you. Let's see. TOD asks, Alpha 2, definitely going to happen. More details.
100%. I think
More
it would take the
details
end of the
coming
internet
out
for it to not happen.
by March, according to Sebastian Bourget, you'll know alpha by March. Let's see here.
1 second.
Desperately looking for a little air bubble. You could apply that. There are ways that you could apply that, but you'd need a whole bunch of I think you'd need like a whole bunch of proximity-based calculator assets to do that. I have to think of a way to do that. It'd be cool if I could see a tutorial. If somebody showed a tutorial on how to create underwater damage, like basically what would have to happen is it would have to have an expendable object that when you interact with, the object disappears based on proximity and gives you automated damage. But those objects would only spawn every so many like movements or something like that. So you could do that, but it would require a lot of different elements in there. What is this game?
Joe,
Trey Bruce asks. This is Froggy Quests. This was on page 95, 96 inside the Sandbox Game Maker gallery. You can play it right now. Download the Sandbox Game Maker completely free at sandbox.game.
One thing I'd like to throw out there real quick. The other day, Seb he did an interview on the Lad City show, and his verbiage was, it's the beginning of March for Alpha 2. And that was a wonderful interview if anybody wants to check it out and see him talk about it specifically. But yeah, he did say the beginning of March, which was very exciting to me.
I've got some real alpha on that. You know what I mean? Some real alpha.
I do not know.
I have real alpha to know when the alpha is. Alpha is a term that's more recent in the crypto community where you're just like, I have insider trading knowledge, basically. You know?
Oh my goodness. That's some Wolf of Wall Street stuff right there.
That's right. And I'm not selling. As the show goes on.
Not saying nothing. You're going to drop these teasers and then walk away.
That's right. I do it all the time.
Blowing a house up.
But sometimes I accidentally drop real information on the stream, similar to when Seb accidentally drops real information, because he's in so many interviews. If you just watch his interviews, you'd probably know more than I did, because he'll just be like, oh, yeah, that definitely. Yeah, we're doing that. And then you're like, what? You know, what is that?
Joe is to the Sandbox as Tom Holland is to the Avengers. You're constantly leaking alpha. It's wonderful.
Almost true. Almost true. There's definitely a lot of those. Like, I don't know if y'all know what the heck Lucas is talking about right now, but like there was an interview right before the Spider-Man movies were going to come out, and since it's this is not completely out, I'm not going to completely spoil this, but there was a scene where Tom Holland was watching, and he like goes, "Wait, but they were," and then like bites his own lip, and he was like, yeah, that's probably on purpose. They probably made sure that those people weren't in that part of the scene on purpose. No spoilers, you know?
Yeah,
and that's me.
He does that all the time.
That's definitely me on this stream. Yeah, on all of our streams.
But I mean, let's be real though. You're a lot more talented than he is, so there's not. That's where the similarities end.
No. Sorry. Tom Holland is a younger, better, faster, stronger, smarter, better looking version of me in every way. This man can do no wrong.
He is a treasure. He is a treasure.
I have so much confidence in Tom Holland that I genuinely believe that the Uncharted movie, where he sits aside Mark Wahlberg, is going to be good.
Even though Mark Wahlberg is in it.
And that's a bold well, I don't have anything necessarily against
Mark
Wahlberg.
Where you're going with that?
No, nothing. No, I'm just saying that, like, the entire internet, if you ever played Uncharted, you'd know that Sully is an old man with a mustache. And they were like, you know who we could make really fit that role? Mark Wahlberg. We can make him fit in there. You know? It's like Lucas, boosting Joe's ego since 2022. Probably longer. I wouldn't know.
Who said that?
That's V-Pyre in the chat.
I'm not boosting anybody's
Let's get three little trouts, dude. 3 little trouts. Here we go. Froggy stick. Use the I key on your keyboard to equip armor and weapons. I get stick. I could have probably hit the spiders with the stick, but you know.
I mean,
3 trouts.
That's what people do.
3 little
smash
trouts.
Spiders with sticks.
Right. Yeah. There were trouts in this water, right? There were little trout in here.
Hopefully.
If
not, that ecosystem's just not going to do well.
Right? You can tell you're like a legit old person if you understood that sound at all, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Sorry, Lucas.
Don't be sorry.
Nope. You're old now.
Yes! I beat
Achievement
what
unlocked.
everybody said. Everybody said I wasn't going to make it this far, but I did. So nuts to them.
We're all gonna make it, Lucas. We're
Yep.
all gonna make it.
All
you
of
see
us.
us. You
Yep,
see us. We're out here.
we got this.
The Sandbox game, chilling, making great experiences right now. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? What's going on? Where's the trout at? Oh, I almost hit one incidentally. All right, get back here, trout. Get back here, trout. Just trouting around, dude. Just doing trout stuff. I can't see it. The reflection in the water has made it impossible. The water. Did it go in the wall? Is that what happened to the trout? Where'd the trout go? Seriously, where'd the trout go? Oh, it's right here. What's going on?
Are you trying to beat up the trout? Is that what's happening?
I just have to touch it. I have to get 3 trout fish
Oh.
for the elder turtles. But that trout, he's nowhere near the water.
He's elusive.
He's very elusive. You can
Oh,
barely
man.
see it underwater, let alone on the water. Yeah.
You know what you need? You need some of those polarized sunglasses they always advertise.
You
can
do
see it
need
below
the
Oh, there he
polarized
is.
sunglasses.
There he is. I saw him above you.
Well, yeah, I saw him too after I missed him because I'm bad at video games. You know what I mean? Don't worry about
Hey, you know
that.
what we should do? We should start a video
Yeah.
game show from
Oh.
a guy who's really bad at video games.
It's true. You should do that. You should call it. In fact, you should make sure that it's on a global platform like the Sandbox and call it the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show that you can watch each and every day, except Wednesdays and Sundays, right here on this whatever you're watching right now. You know what I mean? Whatever you're
That
watching.
depends
right
on
now.
which side of the equator you live on. Because, you know,
It's
if
true.
you're in UTC time,
It's
it's
true.
Thursday and Monday when there's no shows.
Yeah, come here, you trout. What are you doing to me?
But you know
Why is
what?
this
There's
trout
one
so-
thing that you can
Yes.
take solace in, and that's the
What's
fact
that?
that you're still better than Alex at video games.
Am I?
Why
Am I,
don't
though?
you just roll with this and let me do this? Because he's not here to defend
I
himself
know,
right now.
I know, but also
Let me have my fun.
Alex makes these games. You know what I mean?
He does.
I don't
He is a
do-
wizard.
I just make social hubs for secret projects.
Mm.
Mm.
Is that?
Yeah.
Are you alluding to something there?
I might be. Oh, I see you, you
my.
trout. Come here. What? Did I get it? What are you doing? I went
Enter the
through the
rage.
trout, folks. My polys went through their polys. All right.
Oh my goodness. That sounds very intimate. I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm gonna find you. I feel like one of those like doggos is just chilling at the side of a river, waiting for the trout to come up. And
I was
be
just
like,
thinking you look like a run of a bear sitting at just like the top of the river.
There we go.
When the salmon are swimming upstream.
Yes, I see it, and it's too fast. Do you see it, folks? It's so hard to see. It's probably so much harder to see with the lower bit rate as well, because you know how it goes. The YouTubes, the Twitches, they like to have you have that low bit rate. Trying to find a fit. See, this is a hard quest. Is there just an easier trout? I swear, if I come over here and there's just like a trout that's just like, yeah, this is easy. Look at this
This is
trout
Big
right
Papa
there.
Trout.
What did I say? Come here, trout. Come here, trout. Eh.
You're going after Big Papa Trout. And he's just like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Yeah, that's like the one. Ah! Oh, come on, my polys, bro. That's not even a trout. That one's just like a thing. That's just a little tadpole boy.
Can
right
you,
there.
by any chance, hit it with like a distance
No,
attack?
you just have to touch it. I touched it. That one was way easier than the other trout.
You touched.
I tried so hard, I got so far. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's climb back up. Let's go back over to the turtles. It's funny, it's certainly playable in terms of mechanics, in terms of doing things in a way that makes me want to continue to do it. It's doing all of these. Okay, take this gift. Hey, I grabbed a turtle shield. That's a little. All right. So I like
Did they make
staying
that from a
in
turtle?
theme, but yeah, like how would the turtles really feel if they were like, "Hey, the exoskeleton of one of our best friends. Take that."
Like,
You know?
yo, that's Carlsbad. How dare you?
Good luck and
He
thanks
was the
for all
best
the
man
fish.
at my wedding.
Yeah, right? How's that working out? Okay, let's see.
You just isolated yourself from all the turtles.
Charlie says, can we have Spider-Man in-game? No.
No.
No, I really don't think that Sony Pictures and Sony, Sony Interactive Entertainment would be a real big fan of that. Pretty sure that they would call you up and be like, yo, you have to take that down. Otherwise,
They're like, hey, stop it.
lawsuit.
Yeah, stop it
just
right
knock
now.
it off. Just stop
Cut
it.
it out.
Just
Don't do that.
cut it out. All right?
Get out of here. Go on.
That's right. All jokes are referential.
All of them.
Adam Sale says you'd need permission from Disney if it were to be anything more than a draft gallery experience. That's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. But yes, Sony Interactive Entertainment actually owns the licensing rights to Spider-Man and actually lets them out to Marvel, which is a subsection, of course, of Disney.
100% correct. You know, when Sony originally picked up Spider-Man, they were actually offered all of the X-Men, and the long and the short of that deal was they said, why would we want anyone else? And they turned it down. And it was something like, you know, like they offered like 1/4 of the fees just for Spider-Man. And it blows my, I'm happy that they did it, how they did it, because that allowed another company to get hold of other assets, but they had that opportunity and they let it go. And now I think they're just like looking at it all like, wow. Whoops-a-doodle.
Harshvardhan asks over on youtube.com, why is it named The Sandbox? Because it can be anything that you want it to be. That's why. A sandbox game, inherently a sandbox game, is an open-ended experience that you can play any way that you like to play. In the sandbox, you can create anything that you would like to create. And that's the whole purpose. So, yeah. The Sandbox is an IP that's existed since 2011. It was, up until this version, where we've included blockchain technology, taking it up to that Web3 level. It was a 2D game on mobile with over 40 million total downloads.
Which is insanely impressive.
CDR Drone says you should dress like a trout to catch the trout. Troutess? See, we're making some assumptions, CDR. You know what I mean? We're making some assumptions.
That's a lot of
that
assumptions.
Those are male
there.
trouts. All right. Okay. I'm kidding. How do you know? How would you know? Somebody knows. There's a
marine biologist out there
thank you.
somewhere that
That's
knows.
what I'm talking about. Those are the words.
Yeah.
I wanted to say like oceanologist because my brain was just like real quick, just like I live on the ocean. Those people work here. And I'm like, what is that word, you know? Swim mechanics will be awesome. Maxi Mac, have I got news for you? We are adding swim mechanics to the Sandbox game.
Oh my goodness. We are? When?
When is good question. When swimming? When swimming, Lucas? When swimming?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Are you asking me?
See, I can only say when swimming when I vaguely know the answer and can't do that. I can't answer it.
Gotcha. So you weren't asking me. Thank you.
You got to under promise and over deliver is the thing, Lucas.
So 2023, swimming.
Swimming.
July of 2023.
Soon TM. All right. Let's see. Hi, everybody in the Sandbox assets. What makes an NFT catalyst rare? Does it cost extra money to mint an item with more power, magic, luck, or any of the other powers? Michael, it doesn't inherently cost more to mint based on rarity. Rarity, actually, the catalyst rarity reduces the available quantity of an individual object that you can mint. So when you make something rare, you increase the amount of power that the object could potentially have by increasing the number of slots for gems, and you decrease the quantity of those objects that can exist in the metaverse. 2 factors. That's it. You can use the name I'm not Spider-Man. You know, you can make a not Spider-Man based on some other kind of insectoid or Yeah, I mean, you had that one. You probably can't do this one because this is also owned by Warner Media. But The Tick was a television show for a while, right? That was a meme. It was a little knockoff sort of thing, but it was its own thing soon, a comedy sort of thing, But you can
The
absolutely
Tick is amazing, by the way. In all iterations, it's been amazing.
Yes, it was pretty good. I was a big fan. That's why I bring it up. That's why it comes to mind. It's kind of like the same thing with that, like Space Ghost was a knockoff of something else. I think all that sort of stuff. You can always make. Somebody says Spider Guy. I'd probably just avoid Spider, maybe, like Beetle Boy or something like that. That probably already exists. Check the DC universe. They got a lot of things.
Let's say Blue Beetle's
I mean?
already a thing.
I know the Blue Beetle is, yeah. For Accelerator, no indie dev allowed. The question comes in, Eladin Green. I'm pretty sure almost every applicant to the Accelerator program, given its relatively low budget, will be an indie developer. I think $250,000 to develop a project pretty much targets indie devs. Whether you're an indie dev who's worked on games in Unity or something, or you're an indie dev that's worked, as like a side studio on the side of Ubisoft, you may still be interested in the Accelerator. If you're an indie dev that has only worked with the Sandbox game maker, I would believe that your indie studio would have some advantage in this particular, contest. Hey, Lucas, you want to do me a favor?
What's up?
So I noticed that at 11:36. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not correct. At 10:50 a.m. my local time, you made a little linky boy, a little link to a
I did.
129 TSB Wizzy hat giveaway. You want to get the process started on that, sir? You want to paste that down in the chat for those lovely viewers?
I would love to. Let me ask you one question. How long do you want to leave this available?
Let's say these people, let's say they have 4 minutes. And for those people who were listening to the tone of my voice change, when I say 4 minutes, I mean 4 minutes from now. So when it is whatever 22 p.m. and or a.m. your local time, this form will close. It's a very short window. That's why I changed the tone in my voice, so that you would pay attention and listen, because the link is going to go out in the chat right here.
It's out. I put it out on Twitter. I put it out on YouTube. I put it out on Twitch, and that's all I've got access to.
Okay. I'm going to repost it. I'm reposting that link again, so that those people who are watching over on Facebook.com have an opportunity to fill out the form. But please, if you'd like to win a Wizzy NFT similar to this Wizzy the Blues Undying hat, not identical because it doesn't have the gold rim, but nonetheless, it does give you benefits inside any combat-based experience in the Sandbox game. This is an NFT that travels with you, all right? Not a temporary item. You can see that even in this gallery-based experience, I have access to my NFTs that include the Alpha Sword and the Wizzy the Blues Undying hat, both of which being equipment. This would be an equipment that you can use in these experiences. So, fill out the form if you would like to win. They are available in a limited basis. These will run out, and when they do, I'm not making any more.
They're not happening.
This doggo's
also, Alex has hinted to the fact that owning Wizzy items in your inventory will allow maybe a whitelist or just early access, some sort of access to the Wizzy 10K drop that's coming up.
Yes. I believe that he said right here on this live stream that it actually gives you priority access.
Priority access, that's the words I was looking for.
All right, I'm beating up every animal in sight because
that's what Joe does.
We chilling. You know what? I don't think I'm going to beat up this puma. Look at this guy. He's like, hey, I see you're chilling here. You want to go beat up Skeletor with me? That's
I like where this is headed.
Yeah, that's what that cat's saying. Whoa. Hold up, bro. I didn't even get to read that text.
This is what you get. He looked a gift horse right in the mouth.
So
this is frog.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Yeah. Turtle thing.
This is my bias. This is my bias speaking, but not really like a huge fan personally of helping Mother Spider bring more spiders into the world. I don't actively go seek them out. You know, like if one's crawling along my roof, I'll give it the opportunity to not crawl down the wall at me. But if it's crawling down the wall at me, it's game over, dude. It's game over. All right. So to actively go out and seek out these spider eggs and help this spider, I'm like, I don't know about all that. Whoa. Okay. Invisible wall? What is happening? Okay, so right here in this area, I'm trying to get this spider egg. And the back side of this here has an invisible wall that you can't go through. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Why is this here? You want to look at that. You want to look at that. Because I couldn't get it from the, most overt, easy. Okay, another spider. Here we go. Thanks. Go get the spider dagger in the forest. You need it to fight the Magma Duck and his enemies. Whoa, dude. Whoa, dude. Magma Duck. All right.
That's pretty cool.
Find a chest with a dagger. 2 prompts for spider dagger came up. I don't know if that's on purpose. Hopefully. Okay, I need to find it in the forest. Every animal in existence wants me to die now. And like, no offense, spider, but snow leopard way cuter. All right.
Snow leopard doesn't get rid of mosquitoes, and I hate the mosquitoes, so I'm gonna go with Mama Spider here.
Yeah,
for a
that's
second.
fair. That's fair, but that's where you keep like a friendly neighborhood spider friend, above your. Yeah, that's right. That's a reference. That's a reference right there.
What kind of reference, Joe?
That's a reference to a Spider Boy thing.
No reference comprehended.
Yeah. Okay, is this stronger? Because I'm feeling like the Froggy stick. Froggy stick is where it's at. But
hey, you said we were going to close the form at a certain time. What time did you say that was?
1 minute ago, sir.
We're closing it now, then.
Shut it down.
Shutting it down.
All right. A dark figure says, I have a question about that, by the way. Should I use my email from the Sandbox or my email from this platform? A dark figure. It actually doesn't matter what email you use. You need to use the correct wallet address for your account at sandbox.game. The email doesn't really matter so much. It's just so that we can be sure that each submission is unique.
All right, I've got that form pulled up, and I'm going into my dedupe phase now, so I'm going to drop out of here for a few seconds just so that I can focus, because I'm really bad at multitasking.
All right, I like it. Here we go. All right. Lucas doesn't know, but Lucas could just right-click and mute the tab inside of his browser to make sure that he doesn't hear my voice at all.
But I want to hear your voice.
Ready. See, there we go. Talking about dropping out of here. The Chesnokov. What email? I never saw an email thing. If you're automatically logged in with Google, you wouldn't. Joseph can make the Clint Cowboy Eastwood voice easy. Do you feel lucky? Well,
always.
Do you, punk? Was it 4 shots or 5? 5 shots or 6? Do you? All right. Like a Sandbox vote.
I feel
token. What? Yes?
I feel like it's important to throw something out there real quick here. Just so you guys know, if you enter the form multiple times, and once or twice is, sometimes forms can get submitted multiple times on accident. But when I come in here and I see like 4, 5, 12 submissions for the same person, it gets a little suspicious, and I delete all of them, all 12. I don't leave a single one, just so you guys know.
Yes. To simplify that, if you're putting in multiple submissions, you're out of here. You're ineligible immediately. Okay, get the gate key. Get the gate key. Get the Magma Get the Magam. Get the Magam gate key. There's a lot of that quest. There's a lot of that quest. Is it over there? It's probably like way over there, right? So I can go fight the Magma Duck. Just gonna beat him up infinitely.
You should.
There's
I
a
got
lot
a
of
number if
healing
you wanna roll
rocks.
it.
I think there's probably not too many healing rocks, but I would guess based on the number of healing rocks that there are exactly 0 respawn points. No real issue with that, I guess. It really just depends on what kind of difficulty curve you want your friends to have who are playing your game, you know?
I just want you to be healthy, Joe.
You just gotta stay healthy. You gotta eat your
Drink your milk, take your vitamins.
There it is, milk.
Rest on your
Milk
healing
is
rocks.
not as healthy as advertised, all right? That's a hoax.
It's really not. It's a great marketing
It's
tactic
really
from
not.
the milk
It's like,
company.
hey, you want like an excessive amount of like fat? There we go. Hey, 4 out of 1. That's what I'm talking about. I got 1 key and I got 4 out of 1. Is that the Magma Duck up there, dude?
I hope so.
Are you a
I really want to see
single-
this Magma Duck.
I mean, it doesn't look like a regular duck. That's for sure.
You don't look like a regular duck.
Quack, dude. What the quack?
I got a number for you if you want to roll it.
No, so I'm gonna tell you a funny thing. I gotta laugh about this, Lucas. First
Please
of all,
do.
folks, I'm under the impression that we are a high integrity establishment over here at the Sandbox game. As you know, as a multi-billion-dollar corporation who likes to have fun with you guys in the chat, and that when we roll in an anonymous list so that we don't expose your emails and ETH addresses and whatever, that since you can't see the list, it doesn't really matter that we roll on the screen. That's I come of that opinion. So if you could, Lucas, if you could tell me how many people submitted into the form with legitimate submissions.
That would be 270.
270 lines up almost perfectly. And since we included Boring Squad, do you not sleep, sir? No, ask the other staffers at the Sandbox game. Nonetheless, you add Twitter into the number that I see. That makes a lot of sense right there. Makes a lot of sense. So,
I like that.
feel free to type RNG in your favorite web browser. I assume it's going to pull up google.com. That's going to give you an RNG roller right at the top. That's what I do. Keeps it simple.
Are you asking me to do this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Done.
Done. And then you type 270 into the bottom half of that and click generate.
And it gives me 72. And I'm
Number
gonna follow that back
72
now.
on the form. Who is
Follow
this?
that back. Who's the lucky winner? Well, so once I get that, I got to go check it against the other one where it says, hey,
Yeah.
this person hasn't won here yet, so let me check it over here. Okay, so I do not recognize this name, which is encouraging.
I like it.
I like it too. Oh man, I'm getting excited.
Get hype.
I am. Okay. Okay, let me go check on Twitch, because it is from Twitch.
Over on
Let's
twitch.tv.
see. Yeah.
Lucky number 72.
Oh my goodness. And you know what's funny? Is
What?
this person's their username has 72 in it. I mean, it's been mixed around, and I know there's only
What?
9 numbers, so eventually it's gonna
Wow.
something like this. Gonna happen, but
Wow.
yeah,
This guy.
yeah,
This guy.
it's
right
getting
now.
a little
This guy
crazy,
right now.
like a little crazy weird.
Ooh.
Congratulations to Twitch viewer the Green Man 24/7. You are the winner of a Wizzy the Hat.
The Green Man 247. Winning a Wizzy hat here on this live stream. That's what I'm talking about. At the Green Man 247. I do kind of recognize that name as somebody who's moderately active in the chat, certainly. Each and every week when we do these live streams. I'm pretty sure Green Man has hung out with me for at least a couple of GMAE streams. It's good
I like
stuff.
it.
Yeah. Rock says he's really active. It just looks like they're just looking taking a little nappy boy right now. They're just taking, there it is, Green
You know
Man
what?
247. That's right.
Oh,
See you in the
that's
chat.
awesome.
See you in the chat. Thank
That's
you
fantastic.
for hanging out, for entering the contest here. We're going to smash down this last door as we have opened it, and we are getting exposed to, first of all, this is a walking nightmare here.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you see this?
That is something
Advertised
from the terrible
duck?
depths of the darkest part of my brain.
First of all, I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
I'm sorry to the children who may be watching. Magma Duck looks like something. Magma Duck looks like the duck from Five Nights at Freddy's.
I was gonna say All Real
But,
Monsters
like,
comes to mind.
Ripped. You know what I mean? Like if that animatronic duck had been lifting for the last 300 years, waiting for the arrival of the Froggy King's chosen one, it would be this Magma Duck right here.
He was getting prison ripped. Just
Oh
chilling in the
yeah,
cell,
dude.
Just
Oh,
working out
yeah,
all day,
dude.
waiting for you.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that weird lipstick thing, according to Chelios 10, that's the bill of the duck. All right, the duck bill that is going to destroy my life. There's obviously no way. Miss Leg Day says Han Seventh Son. Listen, you know they didn't actually need Leg Day because they're a robot. They're animatronic robot killer duck from outer space. I don't know. I'm just talking now. You know what I mean? How did you get up here? How did you get up here? You know what, Magma Duck? Magma Duck Fight 1, first of all. Fight 1.
I think Magma
I'm
Duck
hearing
needs
a lot
to have
of-
a little more
hearing a
faith
lot
in
of
the
stuff
chosen
going on.
one.
I don't love that when you get out of range of... Fight my piggies now. Whoa, piggies, bro. Piggy corn. What you doing, evil flying piggy? Bop. Okay, it appears that... First of all, I'm hearing a quest get triggered and like untriggered a lot. You hear that?
I do.
Maybe to my right ear.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was curious.
And then you've got, these are only going to attack me based on proximity, right? So I run away and it's like, nah, I gave up. Right? So I think you've got some, you know, some work to be done there. The AI on the creatures that were, what?
Whoa.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
You're
That's
getting piggy
difficulty
jumped.
curve. Difficulty curve, dude. Right here.
And there's no more rocks around you. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna just roll out, dude. Just a little barrel roll. Just a little. Y'all ever just Dark Souls?
I was like, you barrel roll away from your.
You guys
problems
ever
in the
just
real
play
world?
Elden Ring that's not out yet? You know what I mean?
No,
This
I
is how
don't.
you fight the piggies. You just roll into them, swinging. Oh man, I don't hit very hard against these evil piggies with this. These guys would be a real challenge if I haven't played so much Dark Souls. You know what I mean? And by that I mean you can clearly tell I don't play Dark Souls based on my parkour skills. You know.
I couldn't tell.
You can't. No, yeah. I mean, definitely. Is that a healing rock? Not in here, bro. Not in here. So the way to, if you don't know already, you can absolutely just barrel roll through just everything. Okay. You can barrel roll through like all damage, and it's something that we have to address still inside the game maker itself. But like, if you're not just trying to like face tank everything, you can block.
Which is what I do.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I do.
You can just roll and click. Oh, hey, I almost rolled right off a cliff, dude.
Whew. Maybe this is like Indiana Jones, where there's like a visible platform. Maybe you should sprinkle some pebbles out there to see if you can walk across. Or jump, you know, whatever.
Yeah, nah, we just jump. We just jump right now.
I guess.
You can't exactly barrel roll all this, but you can just block his attack. It seems like it's got the same timer as like a spider. Pop. It's not over. I will see you again, first of all. Oh, hey, the princess is in another castle. This is Toad, right? Thank you for saving me, Froggy Queen says. Oh, that's it, Froggy Queen? Okay.
That's all she says. You save her, and it's thank you and nothing
That's
else.
it. Just thank you.
Like no magic beans.
Nope. There's no continued story. No, but overall, okay, so we've got a really good base here. We've clearly got a couple of mechanical things to work on because I can still hear this thing happening over here. Where is it? It's like right here. Something happens right here. There's some kind of trigger, either just barely above or just barely below this exact spot. That, yeah, got offset. Maybe it's even kind of in the wall. Nonetheless, that thing needs to actually have the object get destroyed so that sound stops like triggering over and over and over and over, or change the sound to something else so it's like epic combat noise instead of dun dun dun. And then in terms of the Froggy Princess, like if we've done all this work to save the Froggy Princess,
can you kiss her?
No. What?
Oh,
That's
okay.
weird. She has or the queen or whatever. She's a Froggy Queen, bro. She's got a king, all right?
You know what? I think you need to start thinking a little more highly of yourself.
She's got okay. She has her own king, all right? They're just over here. They're just over there, dude.
Yeah.
What kind of weirdo am I? You know what I mean? You're just right down over there. So, you know, you got an opportunity to take the Froggy Queen and go reunite her with the king, potentially, or for her to be like, oh, yay, I'm going to go back and see him and blah, 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 and get more story fleshed out on this and get a sense of pride and accomplishment for having completed and defeated the Magma Duck. Because for many users, they'll come in. That's a hard fight right there. So if you can make that happen, then I think you've got a good opportunity. I probably should have died just to see if I get a game over. Where's the threat? Come here, cat. Kill me. Do I get game over? Oh, you don't hit very hard. Come here. Both of y'all. Gang up on me.
Maybe
Beat me
they
up.
do hit hard. You got all this armor on.
Too
now
good.
You're OP.
Too good to be forgotten, dude.
And you
You're
got a
right.
turtle shell, so that maybe that scares them a little bit.
There we go. Take off all the armor. Oh yeah, the armor gave me a lot of health. You're right. Good point. Pop, pop. Beat me up, dude. Beat me up. Let's see what's good. Charlie says, sleep time now. Good night, guys. See you guys later. Irados says, Elder Ring of their 2022 must have. Okay, so the respawn point would have been just outside the gate, and I could have reopened the gate, presumably, when this event started. So that's good that there is a respawn point just outside the gate for when I inevitably get beat up by the 4 pigs. The first 2, not so bad, but the 4 pigs would have definitely done it had I not been a filthy casual
wrecked
over here. Yeah. But okay, I don't want to subject anybody to that any longer. That little background noise, because that's got some work to be done. But let's see. I'm going to answer some more questions here in the chat, and then we'll start to wrap it up for the day, as it has been nearly 2 hours of straight streaming. You guys have had some fan quackstick questions today. Fan quackstick. All right. As I just beat up that duck. I don't know.
He deserved it.
Fan quackstick, dude. Fan quackstick.
I mean, it's not your best work, but it's still fun. I enjoyed it.
You know, we got that is the end of the game, Sandy Coffee, and I think that's the issue, right? Is we want to see those things kind of culminate when you're in a game. You finish that. You know, it's already bad enough when you play a game like Super Mario Brothers on NES and you just meet Toad and it's like the princess is in another castle over and over. You know, that would have been kind of funny. It would have been a nice meme if like a fungi character was there and was like, hee, the Froggy Queen's in another combat, and then you have to go somewhere else and do it again. But
just taunts you.
I digress. You want to see the conclusion to that feel conclusive. First of all, no victory screen, so you don't even get that sense of satisfaction. But even if there were a victory screen, I'd like to see some kind of real narrative event happen post-combat against the big bad endgame guy, and then potentially a cliffhanger if you want to continue to have Magma Duck rain evil down upon the whatever, right? Because you can sequelize almost any game that you create in a relatively easy fashion, reusing some of the best assets that you have, maybe revamping some of those at your discretion. You know, you just need to have a narrative reason why, and you can build that into your experience when you make your first one. And then later, even if you just own one land, issue the update, right? Just go like, hey, version 2 is coming out. Version 1 will be back in 3 months or whatever it is, right? Limited time to play, so it gives people a fear of missing out. They get to continue the story that maybe they've played before, and so you've got an opportunity to reuse one land there, if only you built a narrative to close out your story. But yeah, that's best feedback that I can give there. What do you think, Lucas? What did you think about that experience?
I thought it was fun. I thought, like you said, there was some moments in there where there can be some updates and some things could be improved upon. The audio track looping at the end definitely started to claw at my soul. But aside from that, I liked the setup. I liked the look and the feel of the land. Everything about it seemed like it's a great framework for a lot of future improvements that could make a really fun experience.
Cool. Good stuff. So I'm seeing questions in the chat here as I'm kind of wrapping it up. Somebody says no murder mystery, and because we talked about that at the top of the show, we've got 2 more games slotted to be played. In fact, way more than that. Lucas gave me a whole list of games to be played. Murder Mystery in the Candyverse that is currently on page 63. I expect it to be on page 65. I'm going to be back in 5 hours and 15 minutes with another The Sandbox game live stream at the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show right here on this channel. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitch, DLive, Theta, just push that follow button, the like, the subscribe, whatever is relative to the platform, because we do this every single day. So I don't know if Lucas will be there. Lucas, you're welcome to join me if you would like. I don't.
Thank you very much. If I can, I will.
Okay. I know it's a bit later in the evening. That's probably dinner time for you where you live, if I'm mathing correctly. But nonetheless, it may be 2 a.m. if you're living in UTC. You may be waking up with us in Australia, but we're here. We're hanging out. We're having fun in just a couple of hours on this live stream. And we will play more of the games that we had queued up for this stream. And of course, answer all of your questions as you like them. We'll be back as well around this time block, I think, for some Panda Pops and Vox Edit creations on Monday. And then, more Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we're expecting, not totally sure, it depends on if Sebastian can make it, but this Wednesday we want to do the Game Jam Awards show. If we can't get Sebastian in, Sebastian may ask us to push it to next Saturday, where we can do the Round 21 Awards show. If that is the case, then we'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated via Discord, probably not via Twitter, because I don't know if I can get a hold of Mike, because it is the weekend right now, but nonetheless, we'll keep you updated via Discord. Thank you to all of our ambassadors who are helping with that. Some of you in the chat, some of you in the call. Thank you. And then also, we'll keep you updated on the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening streams each and every night, except for my Wednesday, my Sunday. So, see you soon.
I'm dropping the schedule for your show.
I see
on all
you.
the things.
Lucas put the schedule up. So once again, this is if it is 2 a.m., then it's your Monday. If you're past the meridian, if you're more easterly than I am. But nonetheless, can I raid? We can raid. Before we shut it down, I'm going to open up twitch.tv/The Sandbox Game. I am going to do the routine that I normally do for the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show, and that is, if you are streaming this game when I close up the session, we together over on twitch.tv can and will raid one of the users that is live. Recently, this has been Rock808, but it could be you. If you are live when we are closing up the session, I'll bring everybody in with you. The raid has been started over on twitch.tv, so if you'd like to join us, go to twitch.tv/Rock808 right now, and you could join in with the 92 viewers raiding Rock808 by surprise. Hey, and also, please do, if you're making something in VoxEdit, if you're making something in the Sandbox Game Maker, if you're playing in a social hub, if you're playing people's game experiences, play them live. right as I'm closing out the live, and I'll jump in and raid you if you're watching right now over on youtube.com, or you're watching over on Twitter, or you're watching on DLive or Theta. Thank you for joining us. We've been having a great time here, and once again, we'll be back in about 5 hours, 15 minutes with more great The Sandbox game content. Thank you, and have a good morning, afternoon, and evening.
See you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you for a fun day today, Joe.